Not a great deal of it. Right, here we go. F11. So we get a bit more on the screen. This week at Bungie, we take a pass on our mods and exotics. As we get closer to launch, I can't help but feel we should keep these introductions short and sweet. Yeah, please do. So with that in mind, I'll get to a bulleted list. Having played Destiny 2 this week, briefly just that one cutscene. We have less than 2 weeks until Destiny 2 showcase. Wait, what? We previewed some Season 15 champion mods this week. Yeah, we know. Time is flying by. We have a bit to cover. We hit you last week with the bulky sandbox updates for abilities again. I'm dreading this one. This week, we're focusing on exotic armor and armor mods. Let's get into the thick of it. Fine tuning. Each season gives an exciting opportunity for pieces of the sandbox to move up or down. Activities and encounters are one piece of the puzzle, providing fresh challenges for Guardians to take on with a plethora of tools in their toolbox. This week, the Armor and Expressions team has some notes on how a few of your tools are changing. Some will be slightly more limited in dominating your enemies, but still perfectly viable options to take into battle. Some will get a bit hotter. Oh, okay. Hello from your loyal blacksmiths working at our digital forge. Over the next few seasons, we're aiming to bring some exotic armor outliers back into line. Though this does mean that some overperforming favourites are going to get a little off the top, it also means that we get to inject some excitement into some less popular choices. First, we'll start moving with something that's been on top of our mind for many controller players since Destiny 2 release. Ooh, followed by details of our upcoming balance pass. Controller sensitivity. Oh my god, here we go. The traction mod felt mandatory for PvP on controller and unnecessary on mouse and keyboard. This felt to be more appropriate as an accessibility option rather than a balance choice. Players, including us, have also long felt that the maximum 10 sensitivity wasn't enough on controller, so we're making some changes to bring controller input closer to parity. I don't know if I said that word right. With control, keyboard and mouse. Oh my god! Added a sprint turn speed scaler option. Allowed value 0.3 to 0.8. Removed the traction mod. Oh my fucking god. Added additional controller sensitivity options. 1 to 10 is the same as before. 11 to 20 increases over it. Added an ADS sensitivity modifier. Allows values 0.5 to 1.5. Oh my god. I wonder if they're going to trial this, give or take a season or two, and then look to remove aim assist completely from controllers or reduce it. I can't. That'll be interesting to play around with. Super regenerating exotics. Oh, okay, so they're not hitting movement ones. Ah, sure. Geomags, get fucked. These first set of changes coming to Season 15 have to do with exotics that refund super energy. Okay, so what they're going to do, like drip feed it, so let's say next season could be movement. To refund super energy. As a group, these exotics tend to outshine other exotic choices, especially in high difficulty endgame activities. In some cases, they can trivialize the content or make it feel like the only reasonable option to equip for your build. That's true. Most of our changes here to aim to standardize how these exotics work and to place a cap on how much super uptime they can grant by themselves. To offset these changes, some of the perks were reworked to be more generous with their refund minimums. There's also a new member of the family. What does that mean? Shards of Galena increase the amount of super granted for hits, but total super regain is now capped at 50%. Ursa Ferosa, cap the amount of super energy you can regain once your super ends at 50%. Skull of Daya Ahamkara, increase the amount of super refunded per kill, but total super gain is capped at 50%. Phoenix Protocol, cap the amount of super energy you can regain once your super ends at 50%. Storm Dancer's Brace now also refunds up to 50% of your super energy after your super ends based on the number of kills. Geomag Stabilizers, remove sprint to top off your super. Wait, hang on. Remove Sprint to top off your super. See, I'm not a warlock, so I don't quite understand that one. This part of the perk led to a high uptime in PvP then was healthy and gave attunement of control warlocks and immediately renewable supply of super energy for paying for mod costs like special finisher in PvE. Okay. Retunes and reworks. The next batch of changes is focused on injecting some more power and excitement to some less popular choices. These are a few exotics that missed the boat this time. Hang on. There are a few exotics that missed the boat this time that need some extra special attention, like a pair of hunter. Oh, they're looking at stompies with that one, aren't they? And a lot more could benefit from a nudge or two. Dragon Shack, yeah, that's right. So next season, and then give or take Witch Queen, they're gonna hit movement exotics back just off that alone. Movement exotics are getting hit. Bombardiers, here we go. The bomb now has a secondary effect based on your subclass type. The blind for arc, burn for soul, a slow for stasis, suppress for void. The suppression will not affect a guardian. So they're taking off slowing for stasis off the fragment. I can't believe what they call it now. And they've put it in Bombardiers. So, no doubt, yeah, stasis is going to be the go-to super. Although, burn for soul is an interesting one. I think that would work quite well with Middle Tree. Graviton forfeit. Increase the bonus invisibility duration. The melee regeneration speed now increases based on the number of enemies near you. While you are invisible, your recovery is greatly increased and your weapons reload more quickly. They're giving Graviton forfeit a reloading perk. Alright, so that makes me less slightly worried for the likes of Dragon Shadow next season. Unless they'll do it where Dragon Shadow might reload a portion of your weapon rather than all of it. Lucky pants. Added intrinsic hand cannon holster mod replaced previous functionality with the following. When you ready a fully loaded hand cannon that deals kinetic damage or damage matching your subclass energy type for a short time, each hit against a combatant from the hand cannon increases the damage of the next shot. No, Hawkmoon won't be able to one-shot a raid boss using these legs. Other hand cannons will get a fun edge in combat. Oh my god, the last word in PvE is viable. What is hand cannon holster mod? A new kind of mod that reloads stowed weapons. More on that below. Titans, here we go. Precious Scars will now also create a burst of healing and bonus recovery around whenever you kill an enemy with a weapon whose damage type matches your subclass type. Icefall Mana will remove the slower class ability recharge scaler. Oh shit, we'll come back up here. See, I'm a little bit less educated because I don't play Titan or Warlock, so forgive me if I just kind of like glance over these a little bit. I'm like 100% a hunter, so there it is, bow. Change the trigger when you get a weapon kill that matches your subclass energy type. Increase grade damage bonus to 20% per stack, up from 10%. There's a lot of this. Your super, the super you pick, informing your character a bit here. I like that. The stack grant damage reduction to allied guardians standing in your rifts. Wow. Okay. 25 against combatants, 15 against players. Promethean Spur has additional functionality. While standing in a rift, solar weapon kills give you class ability energy. When your class ability energy is full, solar weapon kills consume that energy and spawn a combination of healing and power rift at a target's location. Keep your eyes open for other changes to come in the wake of these as well. Our goal for the next few seasons, especially following the launch of the Witch Queen, is to increase the variety of fun and powerful choices to players in PvE and PvP alike. This sounds like they're really doubling down on super choice. Honestly, I hope Witch Queen we get the changes we need to the light subclasses that stasis has. That could make it character building really fun. Finders, scavengers, and holsters. Oh my. We are also rolling out some changes to mod. I'm going to close that. I don't know why that's up. We are also rolling out some changes to mods that affect the ammo economy. Running double ammo scavenging mods makes it too easy to have 100% uptime with special weapons in both PvP and PvE. In PvP specifically, we believe that this is an important factor to how oppressive certain special weapons feel. Yeah, there, bang on with that one. Reducing their effectiveness is a step towards addressing this. We're prepared to revisit this depending on how it plays when it's out in the wild. We're also looking to improve Ammo Finder to make it a bit more easier to earn special and heavy ammo in PvE, while introducing a new type of leg mod that will reload stored weapons. Ammo Finder now have an increased chance to spawn ammo on kills with primary weapons and further increased chance with exotic primaries. I like that. So using a kinetic exotic in PvE again is a more viable choice now. So they're trying to give exotic primaries, particularly kinetics. Yeah, they're trying to make them more a viable option given the breadth of powerful and energy weapons that are quite useful in PvE content. I like this. Scavenger. More copies of scavenger mods of the same type no longer stack. I honestly thought that was already a thing until like a few months back. Holster, here we go. This is a new type of leg armor mod that will gradually reload stored weapons of the matching type over time. Mobile copies of holster mods of the same type will increase the rate of ammo. Okay. So that tells me these mods are going to be cheap. Or at least I'd hope so. Anyway. The following weapon types will have holster mods: auto, fusion, GLs, hand cannon, linear, machine, pulse, scout, shotgun, sidearm, submachine gun, sniper, trace rifle. Hand cannon excludes Ariana as well. Damn. They thought of everything here. Rocket launchers, preloaded grey launchers, and bows will not have holster mods, as we didn't want to affect any weapon that has a magazine size of 1. That's quite a sensible decision. Warmind cells interlinked. To be blunt, these are currently too powerful. This isn't a surprise. Even at their induction, we knew they were very strong. This was the point. At the time these were created, they were only expected to last for about a year, so we could push the envelope on something really cool and flavorful, knowing that they wouldn't be around breaking things forever with the force of Rasputin's explosive wrath. They would have time to shine, but eventually leave and make room for the next exciting thing. So that tells me Bungie have already got something in mind for the next kind of like mods. God, man, I wonder if it's going to be a Seether thing. That'd be cool, given the importance of the Fallen now. Now that we are able to remain viable in endgame content indefinitely. No, they are able to remain viable, yeah. We feel it's necessary to bring them down to be more in line with what the rest of the sandbox is capable of. If we didn't, it would cause ongoing problems for activity design and weapon rewards. Base Warmind cells. Reduce radius of the explosion effect range of Warmind cells from 10 to 6 meters. Yeah, alright, that's fair enough. The explosion radius and those things is absolutely nuts. Reduce damage of the explosion of Warmind cells previously to... Wait, what? Alright, okay, so they're getting a massive damage nerf. Oh, wow, that is actually that's a massive damage nerf. Increase the mod cost of global reach to 3. Increase... Wait, so what's it... Wait, how much is global reach 1? Reduce the amount of radius increase 20 to 10 meters. Reduce the duration of suppressant effects using cellular suppression 3 seconds to 2 seconds. Wrath of Rasputin. Reduce bonus solar damage. Oh! 2 elemental mods are getting improvements in order to make them more competitive choice when compared to other combat style mods. Elemental Alliance now has an increased chance to spawn an elemental well based on the tail of the enemy defeated. Font of Might's base duration has been increased to 10 seconds and increased damage bonus provided from 10 to 25%. I don't really use wells, to be honest. There you have it with abilities and armor down. We have 1 sandbox topic left to cover: weapons. We'll see you again next week with our final Season 15 flight check. fit for an Iron Lord. Last season, Lord Saladin brought some fresh weapons to the fold with Guardians to earn in the Iron Banner. Rice Walker will pack to punch in the Crucible, and Archon's Thunder could go on a rampage in PvE. Next season, 2 new weapons will make their appearance: the Forge's Pledge Pulse Rifle and Peacebound Sidearm, each available through vendor packages, bounties, and match rewards, and the seasonal Iron Banner quest. See, I ain't too big on the Fallen aesthetic translating onto Guardian weapons and armor. I really don't like it. I really wish the Iron Banner aesthetic would go more back to Asian themed. I don't like it, but you know. Speak of the devil, we're getting armor. It's been some time since Saladin brought a fresh set of armor to Earth, pulled from the depths of forgotten seas. These pieces worn by warriors of the past are ready to battle once more. Introducing the Iron Forerunner set. Titan looks good. Not a fan of Hunter or Warlock one, particularly the Hunter. Yeah, again, this whole Fallen theme, like, it doesn't work well on Guardian armor. I don't feel. I really don't. I wonder if they'll get lore tabs, because I'd like to see them kind of like explain what Saladin's relationship is with the Fallen at this point. There's so many moving pieces as well in a way Lord Saladin's concerned. We're now allied with Rasputin, and Abray's now working on an exo body to put him in. Saladin really hasn't mentioned too much on it, minus some like dialogue when you stand next to him, the Iron Banner. We're now allied with the Fallen, and he's now got them helping him forge weapons and armor. What about Siva? Like, it'd be really cool if they kind of revisited that theme of Felwinter's vision of using Siva to better humanity. With Rasputin and the Fallen now being allies, maybe Saladin can kind of like come round to the idea, and they both make a new attempt on harnessing Siva as a power for Guardians and Fallen alike. Hell, even the Cabal, since Kyle is to some degree neutral. But that'd be cool. But if they release this set and then later down the line, you could like modify it with Siva and then have some sort of effects coming off it. I don't know. I still think though, Days of Iron has been hands down the best Iron Banner set ever in Destiny. Really do. Starting next season, we'll be introducing the Iron's Pride intrinsic perk. Wearing a piece of this armor grants a small chance of an enhancement prison dropping at the end of an Iron Banner match. Each additional piece worn increases the chance, capping out 4 pieces total. Defeat. Oh, they're going back to intrinsic perks for Iron Banner set. Oh, that's brilliant. I really liked in Destiny 1 how they had perks. So, like, if you captured a flag in the Iron Banner, you got a mobility boost off of it. I fucking love that. I like that they're revisiting that. That's awesome. I hope to do more on that. Because even though having armor sets with perks didn't work for Gambit, I still think that is an idea they should have pursued. I really do. But across all the activities in Destiny, though, I like that intrinsic perks for armor. Fucking yes, Bungie, that's mint. I love that. Primary, I don't really care for the primary mods, to be honest. Game issues, through the Grandmasters, no, Two Sandbox swabs down, 1 more to go next week. We've got some fun details on weapons. All I have to say is get ready for the season of the VOOP. No, that's not the official. I'm a little excited that Fusion Rifles will have a champion mod next season, not to mention the upcoming Fusion Rifle changes that we'll cover next week. See you again soon. Cheers, DMG. Alright, that's cool. I'm happy with that. Yeah. That's an interesting tab. That tab was not as scary as I thought it was going to be. Right, come on. Like, not at all. Right, yeah, so let me just change stream title now. We've done all that.